What TF? The Cadaver Synod. When a pope put a dead pope on trial. What if I told you a pope once dug up another pope's dead body, dressed him in full church gear, sat him on a throne, and then screamed at him in front of a courtroom full of people? Nah, this ain't no Netflix horror movie. This ain't even a dark comedy. This actually happened. Welcome to WTF History Edition, where we uncover the moments that make you question the entire timeline. And if you think modern church drama is bad, wait till you hear how one pope turned pettiness into policy. Hit that like button before somebody digs you up just to finish an argument. Picture it, Rome, year 897 AD. The air smells like incense, betrayal, and bad decisions. The Catholic Church was not the peaceful powerhouse we think of today. It was straight chaos. Every few years, somebody's getting excommunicated, crowned, or stabbed in the back. Now, at the center of this mess was Pope Formosus. Forms was a brilliant but controversial leader. He had enemies. He made alliances that didn't sit well with certain Roman factions. And when he died in 896, the man should have finally been able to rest. But no. 1 year later, his enemy, Pope Stephen VI, steps up. And Stephen, he hated Formosus with a passion that could have powered the entire Vatican. He wasn't content with winning politically. No, he wanted to humiliate his rival in the most disrespectful way imaginable, even though Formosus had been dead for months. So what does Stephen do? He orders that Formosus' body be dug up. That's right, they go full zombie mode. Drag it out of the tomb and dress it up in full papal robes, crown, gloves, everything. Bro looked like Weekend at Bernie's, Vatican edition. They seat his decaying body on a throne inside a church. Stephen calls a formal court hearing. He invites bishops, priests, the Roman elite, a full audience. And then he begins what history calls the Cadaver Synod, meaning the Synod of the dead body, a literal trial for a corpse. To make it even more ridiculous, Pope Stephen appoints a deacon to serve as the dead pope's defense attorney. Yeah, a real living man whose job was to defend a rotting corpse. Imagine that man's face when he got the assignment. Wait, so you want me to speak on behalf of the skeleton? Your Holiness, he doesn't even blink anymore. Now, the trial begins. Stephen sits on the judge's throne, staring down at the decaying Formosus like he's expecting an answer. He starts shouting, "Why did you perjure yourself? Why did you betray your position? Why did you serve as bishop illegally?" He's yelling at a corpse, and people in the audience are watching this seriously. Meanwhile, poor Deacon tries to keep it together. He occasionally answers questions for the body, saying things like, "My client pleads, decomposed. Your Honor, the energy in that courtroom had to be unholy." And Stephen screaming at a dead man like he owed him money. This was church politics at its most demonic soap opera level. After hours of this madness, the court reaches a verdict. Surprise, surprise, Formosus is found guilty. Guilty of what, you ask? Of being pope while certain bishops didn't like him, basically existing. So Stephen orders the corpse stripped of its holy garments. Then, and this part is brutal, he commands that the 3 fingers foremost once used to give blessings be cut off. Then Stephen declares every act and appointment made by Formosus null and void, as if undoing his rival's legacy from beyond the grave. You think it ends there, right? Nah. They tossed the body into the Tiber River like a piece of trash. Bro couldn't even RIP in peace. They hit him with posthumous unemployment and a river eviction notice. But here's where karma enters the chat. Rome wasn't having it. Even in a time of corruption and violence, this was too far. The people were outraged. Word spread fast that the Pope had gone full necromancer on his predecessor. And one night, the people who guarded him strangled him to death. That's right, the Pope who put a corpse on trial ended up dead himself. Now here's the kicker. Later, a new Pope came along, Theodore II, who decided to make things right. They fished Formosus' body out of the river, re-blessed him, and placed it back in St. Peter's Basilica. Then another pope after that, John IX, officially declared the Cadaver Synod invalid. Like, we're just gonna pretend that whole zombie trial thing never happened. But of course, history never forgets. This story became one of the darkest stains on church history. A moment so insane, even future popes look back like, yeah, maybe we overdid it with the corpse thing. But underneath the insanity was a message: power. When mixed with ego and revenge, can rot the soul faster than any corpse. Stephen VI wanted to erase Formosus' legacy. Instead, he became the Pope remembered for putting a dead man on trial. Bro could have just unfriended him on Facebook, but no, he chose zombie court. It's almost poetic. The man who couldn't let go ended up buried next to the man he couldn't forgive. So what can we learn from this? Maybe that holding grudges never ends well. Maybe that leadership without sanity is just chaos in a robe. Or maybe, just maybe, that even holy men can go full villain when pride takes the wheel. This was the Cadaver Synod, a historical moment so wild, even the devil probably facepalmed. I'm Micaiah, and this has been WTF History Edition. Pause. If this story made your jaw drop, put a cross in the comments. Smash that like button before history digs you up next. Drop a comment on which wild story we should cover next. And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories that'll make you say WTF